Dhamma Sarana. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Sunday School live streaming session. I'm Thilini Teacher, and it is my privilege to be the moderator going forward. I hope everyone is well and safe at home. I'm very pleased that so many of you are present today. Welcome. The online Sunday School sessions will be running slightly differently from now onwards. We're going to have online presentations for years 5 to 10 classes running every fortnight. There will be Zoom classes for those students who are under grade 5, which will run on the alternate week. So this means that next week, which is the 16th of August, the session will be aimed at the younger students, with our older students tuning in again on the 23rd of August. Having said that, we do encourage the younger students to tune in to the senior sessions and absorb any of the valuable Buddhist teachings that are presented. Each of these presentations will be limited to 2 speakers so that we're able to deliver the material in a more effective way and make maximal use of the presentations. For those of you who have missed the previous sessions, they are available on YouTube. Today's topics will be the 5 hindrances, known in Pali as Pancha Nivarana, and the second topic will be Venerable Ananda Thero's service to Buddhism. On today's panel, we have Venerable Panyaloka Thero and Teacher Lakshmi Veeraratna. Thank you to our presenters for your dedication. Just a reminder that anyone is welcome to listen, and we encourage the participation of parents. Make sure you guys have a pen and paper around just to jot down any questions that you might have, as well as any useful points that you thought were interesting. As always, there is an opportunity today to ask questions from your speakers, and we'll address these questions at the Q&A session at the end of the program. If you're watching on Microsoft Teams today, you can click on the question mark at the right-hand side of the screen at the top and type it into the box. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you post it into the chat and not the comments. One last little thing, my students, when you are asking questions, if you can please only post relevant and appropriate questions, that would be best. You can post questions at any time and we'll try to answer as many questions as we can. Okay, let's make a start. May I respectfully invite Venerable Panyaloka Thero to please administer the 5 precepts and then guide us all in a brief meditation session. Can I please have all of our students sitting nicely, relaxed and hands together, please, nice and ready. Avasarai Swamin Vahanse.
Thank you, Thilini Teacher. Dhamma Sarana. Good afternoon, children. Please get ready to observe 5 precepts and keep your palms together and say Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Now please recite Namo Tassa for 3 times to observe 5 precepts. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma. Please repeat after me. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. Dhammang Saranang Gacchami. Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami. Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Tatyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Sarane gamanang sampunnang. Panati pata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adinnādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Kāmesu miccācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Surameraya majjapamā dattāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Tisaranena saddhiṃ pañcasīlaṃ dhammaṃ appamādena sampādetabbang. Thank you. Now let's meditate. Get ready to meditate and keep your back straight, head straight, and close your eyes gently, very gently. Relax your body from head to toe. Start from the top of the head and gradually come down, relaxing the body. Head, forehead, face, and relax the muscles of your face. When the muscles of the face is relaxed, you feel you are smiling to yourself. And relax your tongue. Don't press it to the palate, just relax it. And your lips gently close. Relax your neck area, shoulders, chest, stomach, abdomen, thighs, knees, legs, feet, and toes. Your whole body is relaxed. And mentally note the posture you are sitting. It means mentally be fully aware of your body. Now I am here. Mentally note that. Now I am here. Now I am here. Body is relaxed, mind is calm. You are fully aware of your body, the posture. Now I am here. Gradually bring awareness to your upper body, upper part of the body, and bring awareness to the nose string area. And observe, breathe in and breathe out. With awareness, breathe in. With awareness, breathe out. Don't control the breath. Just observe it, how it goes in and comes out. Mentally note the breath. Now I am here. I am breathing in and breathing out. You just observe the breath, how it goes in and comes out. Now slowly bring your awareness to your eyes. Your eyes are closed. Now you are going to open it with awareness, with mindfulness. Open your eyes. Thank you. That is wonderful, peaceful, and happy. May the Buddha bless you all. Thank you. Over to you, Tilini teacher.
Thank you, Hamudarune. Venerable Panyalokathero is also our first speaker of the session and will be giving us all a valuable lesson in how we can overcome certain obstacles in our practice, not only in learning Buddhism, but also in trying to achieve our other respective goals. Avasarai Swamin Vahanse.
Okay, sorry about that. Thank you, Tilini teacher. Good afternoon, dear children. Good afternoon, parents and teachers. The topic today is 5 hindrances. Pancha Nivarana. Please start slides. Slide 1. The topic, the 5 hindrances. 5 hindrances are known as 5 major obstacles or disturbances of the mind. They are also known as enemies for spiritual development and successful worldly life. So what are the 5 hindrances? The 5 hindrances are Kama Chanda. The first one is Kama Chanda, sense desire. or sensual desire, or also known as desire for sensual pleasure. The second one is vyapada, ill will, anger, aversion. The third one is thina midda, sloth and torpor, or you can translate it as laziness and sleepiness. The fourth one is uddacha kukkucha. It means restlessness and worry. The fifth one is vichikicha, doubt or confusion. These hindrances make meditation more difficult. Therefore, if one wants to meditate successfully, he should overcome these hindrances. But actually, this is not only for meditation. That is important. It applies to our daily life. Our daily life is constantly disturbed by these hindrances. To have a successful life in this world, one has to overcome these hindrances. Otherwise, cannot lead a happy or successful life. Let me explain them one by one. Okay. All the enlightened beings attain to their supreme enlightenment by abandoning the five hindrances of the mind and firmly establishing the four foundations of mindfulness. Next slide, please. Let's go to the first one. Can you go to the next slide, please? The Kama Chanda, sensual desire or desire for sensual pleasure. We are born with five senses: eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body. In Pali, they say Chakku, Sota, Gana, Jivha, Kaya. With eyes we see, so ears we hear sound, with nose we smell, with tongue we taste, with body or skin we touch, sensation or a feeling. They are known as Rupa, Sabda, Gandha, Rasa and Pottabha. We are born with these five senses. Through these senses, we experience three kinds of sensation: pleasant sensation, unpleasant sensation, and neutral sensation. Okay? From the day we born, we have been trying to maximize pleasant sensation and minimize unpleasant sensation. That is what we want. Maximize our pleasant sensation through these senses and minimize unpleasant sensation. But we can never fully satisfy these senses. I always want to see beautiful sights. Ear always wants to listen nice sound. Nose always wants to smell good perfume. Tongue always want to taste nice taste. Body always want to touch pleasant touches. So this is what our desire, but we cannot satisfy. We cannot fully satisfy our senses. Therefore, sensual desire is overcome by safeguarding the sense doors, cultivating contentment, and thinking about the negative consequences of our desire and unpleasant nature of our body. That is how we can overcome Kama Chanda or sensual desire. Next slide, please. We are going to second one, that is Vyapad, ill will or aversion. It includes all kinds of aversion, from minor irritation to anger, desire to punish, hurt, and destroy, self-hatred, hate others, or guilt. Sometimes we use the words, I hate you, I hate this, I don't like it, I hate myself. All these are a part of Vyapada or ill will. When during meditation, some practitioner says, I don't like this object of meditation, or the instruction sometimes, or the place or the group like that, we dislike certain things. Ill will is one of the biggest human weaknesses. When we are angry, the anger controls us and we cannot control the anger. We are blindly carried away by the anger. This is why people fight, quarrel, shout, hit, beat, all these things are doing because the anger controls us. The Lord Buddha compared ill will to being sick. Just as sickness denies the happiness of health, so ill will denies the freedom of happiness of mind. The obvious antidote to ill will is cultivating metta. Ill will is overcome by applying metta, loving kindness. So we need to practice more and more compassion and loving kindness to overcome anger. As I said, children, anger is a very strong or bad human weakness. So you need to take whatever actions you can take to overcome the anger. It is not a positive thing. So not only for the meditation, even in this life, children and also the other people are getting into many troubles because of anger. They cannot control their anger. They cannot overcome their anger. So it's a weakness. It is a disturbance of the mind. So we need to learn how to overcome the anger. The next slide, please. The third hindrances is Thina Midda, means sloth and torpor, or laziness and sleepiness. Laziness of the body and dullness of the mind. Sloth refers to our unwillingness to strive. Torpor refers to the sluggishness of mind and body. These two phenomena are seen as always occurring together and feeding each other. It means sloth leads to torpor and torpor leads to sloth. The Lord Buddha compared sloth and torpor to being imprisoned in a dark cell. Okay, it is when you are in a dark cell, you are unable to move freely in the bright sunshine outside. The sloth and torpor, this laziness and sleepiness is like that. Children, sometimes you are sleepy in the morning and lazy to wake up, right? Some are lazy to study. You know, if you are lazy to study, if you are if you don't study hard, you know it is difficult to achieve success. To become a successful person, you have to overcome laziness and sleepiness. Sleepiness while meditating happens to many of us. You might have seen some people meditate, but they sleep, right? In the Chapala Sutta, there is a discourse called Discourse on Nodding. in Anguttara Nikaya. It records that even Venerable Mahamoggallana, one of the chief disciples of the Buddha, struggled with sleepiness during his meditation. The Buddha advised Venerable Moggallana, if he feels sleepy during meditating, to direct his mind to another object of meditation. It means suppose you practicing breathe in, breathe out meditation, but you feel sleepy, then switch on to other object like Asubha or Maranasati. Contemplation on death, like change the object of meditation. If it doesn't work, then recite some suttas. Or again, Buddha said, you can even pull your ears and rub your limbs to overcome laziness and sleepiness. Or wash your face with some water, sprinkle some water to your face to overcome laziness and sleepiness. Or stand up and switch to walking meditation. Like that, Buddha gave some advice to Venerable Moggallana to overcome his sleepiness during meditation. And last, Buddha said, if any of those does not work, as a last resort, stop meditating and take a nap. You are sleepy, you cannot overcome your sleepiness. You try other ways, but still you are sleepy, you cannot overcome it. Take a nap. It means sleep a short while and then start meditation again. So, children, it's very important to have a successful life. We need to practice this. We need to learn how to overcome laziness and sleepiness. Don't be lazy and sleepy especially during your studies. Okay, let's go to the next slide. The fourth hindrance is Uddacha Kukkucha, restlessness and worry or anxiety. Uddacha means restlessness, monkey mind we have. I will explain it a little later. Kukkucha means worry, remorse and anxiety. They arouse focusing on our past action and their impact on the present. It means we become worried about our past actions and the impact or the results that we see in the present, or on how our present action might impact the future. When they are aroused in the mind functions like a monkey, always jump onto the next branch. Like a flag whipped by the wind, like water whipped by the wind, like ashes scattered by a thrown stone. So the restlessness and worry, some children worry about their future, right? I might fail in the exam, I might fail in the interview, I might not get a good job, etc. This is all worries. Then some parents are worried about their children. We have experience. Some parents come to temple and tell us, Bante, Venerable Sir, I am very much worried about my children. So this worry is with us. Being worried does not help at all. This is important point. This is the point. Being worried does not help. You need to take wise actions. That is important. You can consult someone and take advice and how to overcome your this restlessness and worry. In meditation, the practitioners need to focus on present moment. Observe, breathe in, breathe out, and calm the mind. The Lord Buddha compared restlessness to be restlessness to being a slave. You know, some practitioners, when they are meditating, they want to go to jhanas quickly, different stages quickly. They worry, they're restless about that. Oh, I want to attain to the first jhana, second jhana. What are the jhanas? So like that. So this is a obstacle for that. This is an obstacle for successful meditation. Therefore, need to overcome restlessness and worry. Restlessness and worry are overcome by focus on present moment and developing contentment, which is the opposite of fault finding. So this is also a major obstacle for our meditation and also a present successful life in this world. Let's go to next slide, please. The last hindrance is vichikicha or doubt, confusion. Doubt is good in a way, but this is not a healthy doubt where you question and investigate things in order to verify them. This is not that type of doubt. It is uncertainty about the practice you are doing and your ability to do it. If you are meditating, for example, you may doubt the effectiveness of the form of meditation you are doing and wonder if there is a better or fast method. Everybody wants, the fast method, quick methods. So they have doubt in the mind. Whether this practice is right, whether this teacher is qualified or good, a path is not working for me. I am not up to this. Is this the right path? Can I do this, etc.? These kind of doubts or vichikicha, it always disturb the mind and stop the progress of meditation. Not only in the meditation, in day-to-day life also, vichikicha, doubt. If you don't have a confidence in yourself, so it disturb you, it obstacle your progress in study and other field also. So doubt is compared to the person who lost in a desert without any landmark. That is what Buddha said. He's like a person who lost in the desert without any landmark. To overcome doubt, self-confidence should be developed. And also need to have clear instructions from a teacher. Okay? And you can get instruction from your parents and teachers. If you have doubt anything about your subjects or the studies or your career, future, you should consult with your teacher, parents, and get clear instructions. So these are the 5 hindrances. So what are they? Kama chanda, or the sensual desire, vyapada, tinamidda, uddacha kukkucha, vichikicha. These are the 5 hindrances. There is an analogy, beautiful analogy given by the Buddha in the Anguttara Nikaya. It says, can we go to the next slides, please? This analogy is very good to remember. When gold is mixed with substances of iron, copper, tin, lead, and silver, the gold is not pure and luminous. In the same way, when the mind is polluted by these 5 hindrances, it is not pure and luminous. It is brittle and not rightly concentrated for the ending of attachment. So therefore, to make our mind pure and undisturbed and unshaken, we need to remove these hindrances from our mind. Actually, they are disturbances. They are disturbance of the mind. And we can go to the next slide. And how to abandon or overcome 5 hindrances. Actually, there is a difference between abandon and overcome, right? We need to abandon them, not overcome. The practitioner in meditation, we need to abandon them. But at the first level, you can overcome. Then you need to abandon, root it out, okay? Eradicate them from the mind. For that, you need to develop mindfulness. This is very, very important. Mindfulness. Develop fourfold of mindfulness. Be aware of the hindrances when they are present in the mind. Generally, when we are angry, we don't know that we are angry. That is why anger control us. So you need to develop mindfulness. When you have desire, when you have lust, you need to develop mindfulness to be aware of that. Oh, I am angry now. I have this desire now. Then you can find a solution. Otherwise, that anger or lust control you, blindly carried you away. So develop mindfulness for that. Next, recognize them. Recognize them as hindrances or obstacles to your practice. Sometimes when they arise, we don't recognize them as obstacle or disturbances. They always bring negative results, therefore recognize them. Then the third thing is maintain the calmness. Do not feel bad or be upset. Do not fight with them. Just try to observe them. It's present in my mind. I need to overcome them. I need to let it go. In that way, you need to observe it and let it go. This is very important. Let go them and calm the mind and bring back to the subject of your meditation. If for meditators and the children, you let this whenever these hindrances arise, recognize them, mindful about them, and don't get upset. Maintain the calmness and let them go. Then your mind become pure and luminous again. So thank you very much, and may the Buddha bless you all. Hope you will practice this. It's not important that you remember this list, five hindrances. These are the 5 hindrances you can answer to a question. That is not important. The important is that when they present, you understand it's within me. It is not a good thing. I need to let it go and practice in that way. Be mindful and be successful. Thank you very much. Over to you, Tilini teacher.
Thank you, Venerable Panyalokathero, for a very engaging and useful talk during our session today. So, students, it is important to mindfully recognise when we're facing these hindrances or blocks and realise that with effort and practice, we'll be able to move past them and achieve our goals. Just another reminder to our lovely viewers about how to ask questions. Just post in the Q&A section at the top right-hand side of the screen. You'll see a purple question mark. For those on YouTube, you can post in the comments. Our next speaker is Lakshmi teacher. She will be giving us a presentation on all the great and important contributions of Venerable Anandathero and his contributions to Buddhism, and how he performed his tasks to the highest degree and with such inspirational dedication. Okay, over to you, Teacher Lakshmi.
Thank you, Dilinitua. Ayubowan. Today, we're going to talk about one of the great disciples of the Lord Buddha, the Venerable Anandathero. If I ask you who Venerable Anandathero was, I'm sure you would say that he was the Lord Buddha's chief attendant. Yes, he was Lord Buddha's chiefest attendant. And Anandathero was the Lord Buddha's constant companion. Today, we are going to focus on his service to the Buddha Sarana. Being so close to the Lord Buddha, how he dedicated his life to spread the Dhamma. So here is a PowerPoint presentation on Venerable Ananda Thero. Did you know that Ananda was one of the first cousins of Prince Siddhartha? Yes, he was. Not only he was the first cousin, Ananda was also born on the same day the Prince Siddhartha was born. How interesting that was. Their fathers were brothers. He became a monk at the age of 37. And Ananda attained the Sotapanna state after hearing a sermon given by Venerable Punna Mantani Putta. What is the Sotapanna state? It is the first state of the path that leads to Nibbana. The Lord Buddha didn't have a personal attendant during the first 20 years after the enlightenment. Several monks used to attend on the Lord Buddha. And when the Lord Buddha and Ananda Thero were both 55 years of age, can you remember I said that they were born on the same day? Yes. The Lord Buddha called a meeting of the monks and he nominated Ananda Thero to be the Lord Buddha's personal attendant. Ananda Thero was flawless in his behavior as a monk. Of course, he was predestined to be the chief attendant of the Lord Buddha. When the Lord Buddha nominated Ananda Thero as his attendant, Ananda Thero requested the Lord Buddha to agree on 8 conditions. Isn't it unusual for someone to request conditions when appointed to a very important role? Yes, he did. However, Ananda Thero had his own reasons, and these are the first 4 conditions. That he should not be given the robes received by the Lord Buddha. He should not be given the food received by the Lord Buddha. He should not be given any dwelling places received by the Lord Buddha. He should not be asked to go with the Lord Buddha to accept alms on invitation. Ananda Thero requested these 4 conditions because he didn't want any material gains by serving the Lord Buddha. In addition to those 4 negative conditions, Ananda Thero also requested 4 positive conditions. And they are that he should be allowed to transfer the invitations he received to the Lord Buddha. He should be allowed to introduce the visitors who come from faraway places to see the Lord Buddha. He should be allowed to consult the Lord Buddha whenever he had doubts or inquiries of Dhamma. He should have the privilege to have the Lord Buddha repeat the Dhamma preached by the Lord Buddha in his absence. And Ananda Thero explained that with these 4 positive conditions, he would be able to make an effort or to endeavor to achieve enlightenment while serving the Lord Buddha. Because as a disciple, it was his goal to attain the Nibbana. The 8 conditions themselves explain that Ananda Thero's impeccable or flawless conduct as a monk. The Lord Buddha granted those 8 conditions because they were according to the Dhamma. From the time he became the Lord Buddha's personal attendant, Ananda Thero served and cared for the Lord Buddha for 25 years up to the very last moment of Lord Buddha. It's a long time, 25 years. Ananda Thero performed many daily tasks and he cared for the physical well-being of the Lord Buddha. I know that there is a lot of writings on this slide, but let me go through it. Ananda Thero brought water for washing to Lord Buddha and the toothwood. Toothwood is the toothbrush and the toothpick together. And Ananda Thero arranged Lord Buddha's seat. He washed Lord Buddha's feet. He massaged Lord Buddha's back. Lord Buddha had a back pain due to preaching Dhamma for long hours, and he used to massage Lord Buddha's back. He fanned Lord Buddha for coolness. Ananda Thero swept Lord Buddha's room. He slept nearby at night to be always on hand, Anandathero accompanied Lord Buddha on his rounds. And after the meetings, Anandathero checked whether any monk had left anything behind. He carried Lord Buddha's messages around the monastery. Anandathero called the monks together even sometimes in the midnight. When Lord Buddha was sick, he obtained the medicine and cared for the Lord Buddha. Taking care of the Lord Buddha was one of the greatest services performed by the Anandathero. Don't you think so? Yes. His attendance to the Lord Buddha was so committed and so dedicated, the Lord Buddha once praised him as the greatest amongst committed attendants. Can you remember the story of Nalagiri elephant? And Anandathero's devotion to the Lord Buddha was such that he was willing to sacrifice himself by standing in front of the Lord Buddha when Nalagiri elephant was running towards the Lord Buddha. In addition to those duties that I mentioned before, Anandathero also performed the duties of a secretary as well. He was a smooth communicator between the thousands of monks and the Lord Buddha. With the two chief disciples of Lord Buddha, do you know who they are? The Sariputta Thero and the Moggallana Thero. And with those two chief disciples, Anandathero attended to many issues of the Sangha community. He was kind, he was unselfish and thoughtful towards others. And Anandathero's service to Sangha community was huge. And Anandathero also was greatly responsible for the establishment of the order of nuns or the bhikkhunis. Mahaprajapati Gautami was Prince Siddhartha's stepmother, we know that. And she was also Ananda's aunt because Prince Siddhartha and Ananda were first cousins. And after King Suddhodana passed away, Mahaprajapati Gautami approached the Lord Buddha and requested the permission for women to enter the order. The Lord Buddha refused the request because of the social conditions of those days. Mahaprajapati Gautami requested it 3 times and each time the Lord Buddha declined it. Then the Mahaprajapati Gautami cut her hair, wore yellow robes and walked about 150 miles, which is equivalent to about 242 kilometers, with a large number of Sakya ladies to meet the Lord Buddha, and at that time the Lord Buddha was staying in Vesali. They stood outside the monastery where the Lord Buddha was residing, and their feet were swollen and their bodies were covered with dust after that long walk. And they spoke to Anandathero. After speaking with Mahaprajapati Gautami, out of compassion, Anandathero approached the Lord Buddha and reasoned out why the women should be allowed to enter the order of nuns or the bhikkhunis. Then the Lord Buddha agreed to the establishment of nuns. That is how the women could enter the order of bhikkhunis. Anandathero was also responsible for the planting of Ananda Bodhi tree. The lay people who came to worship the Lord Buddha left flowers and incense they brought outside the Jetavanarama when the Lord Buddha was away preaching Dhamma. Anathapindika saw the pile of flowers and incense left. Anathapindika was the person who built the Jetavanarama monastery and he offered it to the Lord Buddha, we know that. And Anandathero was also a great communicator between the Lord Buddha and the lay people. So Anathapindika requested the Anandathero to discuss it with the Lord Buddha. Then the Lord Buddha explained that there are 3 objects of reverence: Saririka, Paribhogika and Uddesika. Saririka are the relics of Lord Buddha. Paribhogika are the objects used by Lord Buddha. Uddesika are the objects of images of Lord Buddha. These three objects are explained in the Gatha we recite. Vandami chetiyang sabbang sabbatane supatittitang sharirika dhatu mahabodhing buddha rupang sakalang sada. The Lord Buddha said that a bodhi tree used by the Lord Buddha is an object of reverence. So Ananda Thero suggested planting a seed from the great bodhi tree under which Lord Buddha attained enlightenment, and Lord Buddha agreed. With the help of Moggallana Thero, Anathapindika, king of Kosala kingdom, and Visakha, Ananda Bodhi was planted in Jetavanarama. Since then, we all have bodhi trees to worship in the absence of the Lord Buddha, thanks to the Ananda Thero. The Lord Buddha once praised Ananda Thero as the greatest amongst those who have high memory power, the greatest amongst the energetic, the greatest in highest behavior, the greatest amongst committed attendants. From the time he became the Lord Buddha's personal attendant, Ananda Thero served and cared for the Lord Buddha for 25 years, up to the very last moment of the Lord Buddha. And during the time of the Lord Buddha, there was no written form of Dhamma. So Ananda Thero had the ability to remember to a phenomenal degree. His memory was so powerful. Being the personal attendant to the Lord Buddha, he was privileged, or he was lucky, to listen to most of the Dhamma preached by the Lord Buddha. He could immediately remember everything, even if he heard it only once. He could repeat the Dhamma preached by Lord Buddha flawlessly up to 60,000 words. Wow! With his devotion to learning, Ananda Thero was exposed to the Dhamma delivered over 45 years. With his phenomenal memory, he could remember them exactly as spoken by Lord Buddha. He absorbed the Dhamma, could understand the Dhamma, and like a skillful registrar, he could arrange them properly in the right order. With the clarity of his mind, he could explain the Dhamma to the others as preached by the Lord Buddha. With his energy, he was dedicated to study, memorize, and recite the Dhamma while personally attending to the Lord Buddha. Therefore, he was called the treasurer of the Dhamma, or the guardian of the Dhamma. He preached the Dhamma to many bhikkhus, nuns, men and women. All the sutras that we hear today are from Ananda Thero's memory. The sutras start with the phrase Evam me sutam, meaning thus I have heard, as Ananda Thero heard. 3 months after the passing away of the Lord Buddha, Venerable Mahakassapa called a Buddhist council to be held with 499 of the Arahats. Why 499? One seat was reserved for Ananda Thero, who had reached the state of Sotapanna at that time. The first Buddhist council was organized to preserve the Lord Buddha's teachings and also to strengthen the rules for bhikkhus. Ananda Thero knew most of the Dhamma preached by the Lord Buddha, and because of that, his attendance at the council was very important. As the meeting approached, he advanced in his meditation practice. And he attained the Arahat state. Ananda Thero attended the Buddhist council as an Arahat and recited the Dhamma. He recited the longest discourses, then the middle-length ones, and then the other collections. Ananda Thero chanted 84,000 Dhamma sections and making sure Dhamma is preserved for many, many years to come. And after the Buddhist council, Ananda Thero and bhikkhus with him, they were allocated the responsibility of maintaining and protecting the longest discourses called the Digha Nikaya. Ananda Thero served the Buddha Sasana preaching the Dhamma until he passed away at the age of 101. 20. There are many stories about Ananda Thero and his service to spreading of the Dhamma. The more you read them, the more you respect Ananda Thero and the more you become devoted to the Dhamma. Ananda Thero was the guardian of the Dhamma, and most of the Dhamma that we hear today are of Ananda Thero's recollection of Lord Buddha's teachings. What a service it was. That is the end of my presentation. Theruwan Saranai. Over to you, Diliniduwa.
Thank you, teacher. Even though we don't often see Venerable Ananda Thero next to the statues of the Lord Buddha, like we see Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana Theros, we now know that Venerable Ananda Thero played an equally as an important role in the protection and propagation of the Dhamma, as well as being a very important presence to the Lord Buddha himself. So everybody, we've covered a lot of information today, and I'm very proud of you all for your attention. Good work. Now let's answer some of your questions. Firstly, I would like to ask a few questions from the Venerable Panyaloka Thero. So, Hamudrone, the first question I have for you is that sometimes we have doubts about teaching in the school and we ask questions. Does that belong to Vichikiccha? So I'll ask you the question one more time. Sometimes we have doubts about our teaching at the school and we ask questions. Does that belong to Vichikiccha? Over to you, Swamin Mahansi.
Thank you, teacher. The short answer is no, it is not Vichikiccha. Okay, let me explain it. I said during my presentation, this is not healthy doubt, okay, where you question and investigate things in order to verify them. In school, you ask in order to investigate things, investigate and verify them. That is good, that is healthy doubt. But this doubt is about uncertainty about the practice or uncertainty about your study and lack of self-confidence, whether I have ability to do that, this type of doubt. And to overcome that, I said, need to develop self-confidence. If you ask question from the teacher in order to verify the fact, that is good. And if teacher doesn't give you the right answer, you can go into other source like library or internet and investigate, search there, doing research. That is good. But this is about a lack of self-confidence and uncertainty about what you are doing, whether I am doing the right thing or the wrong things. It's like that is why Buddha explained, compared it to the person who lost in desert. Okay, no such like that. It is not. So the answer is you can ask question in the class. It is not Vichikiccha. Okay? I hope this is enough.
Thank you, Hamudrone. The second question I have for you is, did the Lord Buddha ever experience one of the 5 hindrances? So did the Lord Buddha ever experience any of the 5 hindrances?
Oh, okay. I said in my presentation, the person who attained to the enlightenment eradicate or root out all these hindrances. Unless and until you overcome, or not overcome actually, abandon, eradicate these hindrances, you cannot attain to the enlightenment. Therefore, the Lord Buddha did not have any of these hindrances. However, during his practice as Bodhisattva, he had this. That is why he clearly explained, these are the disturbance of the mind. I had this during my struggle, during my practice to attain to the enlightenment. So if you when you want to attain enlightenment, you have to overcome or abandon these hindrances. So as Lord Buddha, he did not have any hindrances. Or not only Lord Buddha, any enlightened being does not have these hindrances in their mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Hāmuduruwane. One final question for you. Who was the one who found the 5 hindrances and taught the way to overcome them? So that question one more time. Who was the one who found the 5 hindrances and taught the way to overcome them? Over to you, Hāmuduruwane.
Thank you. Of course, it is Lord Buddha himself found this. So not only these disturbances or hindrances in the mind, he find everything going on in the mind, and he himself overcame or eradicated them, and then he explained. Maybe you have heard about the Satipatthana Sutta, Mahasatipatthana Sutta. In Mahasatipatthana Sutta, there is a section, Dhammanupassana, contemplation on Dhamma. Okay, they started with the 5 hindrances. Dhammanupassana starts with 5 hindrances. What are the 5 hindrances? What are their characteristics, and how to overcome them, and how to eradicate them, how to recognize them. He explained clearly in Mahasatipatthana Sutta under the Dhammanupassana and Nivarana Pabba or Nivarana section about these 5 hindrances. This is Lord Buddha who found this, and it is Lord Buddha who explained this clearly and how to eradicate them. Thank you.
Thank you, Venerable Panyalokatero, for explaining those answers so clearly. I do have one question for Lakshmi teacher. So the question is, why did Venerable Anandathero take so long to become an Arahant? So that question one more time. Why did Venerable Anandathero take so long to become an Arahant? Over to you, Teacher Lakshmi.
Thank you. It is a good question. So being so close to the Lord Buddha and knowing the Dhamma and remembering all that Dhamma, Anandathero took a long time to become an Arahat. He became an Arahat after the Lord Buddha passed away. And the reason is he had to perform so many duties, and he had to attend to Lord Buddha every day. And also, and because he was performing those duties, he may not have had a lot of time to go into deep meditation and get rid of the hindrances, as the Swamin Wahanse said before. And so he did not become an Arahat until the Lord Buddha passed away. And I also think that being so close to the Lord Buddha, Anandathero was attached to the Lord Buddha. And I know that our Lord Buddha said many times to Anandathero, you have to get rid of this attachment to become an Arahat. So, however, being so close to the Lord Buddha and taking care of him and performing those duties and being attached to the Lord Buddha stopped him from becoming an Arahat. And with Lord Buddha's advice, and he also practiced the Dhamma there and did a lot of meditation. And also before the first Buddhist council, he had to become an Arahat. I think it was a good motivation for him to become an Arahat soon, and he became an Arahat before the first Buddhist council. So I hope I answered your question there.
Thank you, Lakshmi teacher, for that great explanation. So, my students, I do apologise, but we unfortunately don't have any further time for your good questions, just because, we're running a little short at the moment. So I do want to thank you all for your attention. Just before we let you go, there are a few things I would like to address. Firstly, I would like to remind everyone at home that you can all get together at 7:30 p.m. every night and be involved in the live daily Buddha Puja and Pirit chanting over YouTube. Secondly, I would like to inform everyone of an important event tomorrow. At 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night, all of the Sri Lankan monasteries in Victoria will come together to do Pirit chanting to bless us all. I encourage everyone to participate in this meritorious event. Lastly, I would like to draw your attention to the members of our live stream team who work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure we're broadcasting smoothly. Thanks to the speakers for your preparation and delivery of this valuable resource as well. Finally, thanks to the parents and the students for making your time available to us. I hope you've all learned something today and can make a positive contribution to your life. May you all be safe and healthy during this uncertain time, and I really hope to see you all for our normal classes very soon. I will now respectfully invite Venerable Panyaloka Thero to conduct the sharing of merits to conclude our session for today. Theruwan Saranai. Avasarai Swamin Wahanse.
Okay, let's share these merits with the divine beings and departed relatives. Before that, I like to bless for your good health, happiness, peace, and success. May no harm come to any of you. May no difficulties come to any of you. May no problems come to any of you. May you overcome all your problems, worries, and anxieties. May you be well and happy. Let's share the merits with the divine beings. Akasatta ca bummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva cirang rakkantu loka sasanang. Akasatta ca bummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva cirang rakkantu desanang. Akasatta ca bummatta devanaga mahiddhika Punyantang anumoditva cirang rakkantu mang paranti. Also, let's share this merit with the departed relatives. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. May all living beings be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.